That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.
My friends were sinking fast, trying to swim, without luck, in the bubbly trail of the ship's wreckage. Not many people realize that when a ship goes down, it acts like a sinkhole, pulling down everything around it. Clarisse was a strong swimmer, but even she wasn't making any progress. Grover frantically kicked with his hooves. Annabeth was hanging onto the fleece, which flashed in the water like a wave of new pennies. I swam toward them, knowing that I might not have the strength to pull my friends out. Worse, pieces of timber were swirling around them. None of my power with water would help if I got whacked in the head by a beam. Welcome to Of the Eldest Gods, where we discuss Rick Riordan's role as our godly parent.
I'm Taylor from Cabin 6.
And I'm Charlie from Cabin 13. And according to the canon in this chapter, the ship is dead. No more shipping of characters will be allowed. Percabeth is dead.
Rest in pieces. See, I have to say, when you said the shipping is dead, I was like, oh yeah, the supply chain is really terrible right now. That's where my brain went first.
Wait, should I check live right now where Sam's package is?
Is it still not there?
It's I don't think it's at his place yet. I think it's in Australia currently.
Oh, it's finally made it to Australia.
It arrived at international carrier. Yes. Uh-huh. It was cleared by customs and it arrived at it's in Australia, but it's not
moving.
It's not there. It's just in Australia.
It's okay.
You know, it's a significant improvement.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I like, we're doing the Great Depression right now with my kiddos. And
it's always the Great Depression over here.
I have a kid who makes that joke every day of his life.
Good.
Like, literally every day.
That kid is actually me.
He comes in and says, hello, the Depression is here. He refers to himself as the Depression.
Hey, that kid may be the Depression. I'm the Great Depression.
I love this kid. I showed them a very embarrassing video today. It was like a song about the Great Depression that a history teacher made. And they demanded the link so they could dislike it on YouTube.
Oh dear.
I thought it was clever. They did not. And they might be planning on how to murder me, I'm not sure.
That's fine.
It's okay. They also have decided to go back in time and assassinate Herbert Hoover, so...
Alright, okay.
They're really mad at him. For good reason. I'm like, oh wow, we found something you all can agree on without, like, political bias. Everybody just hates Herbert Hoover. Like, I'm glad I found the one thing.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, well. Well, I almost said what's happening in Harry Potter. That's not this podcast.
What's happening in Percy Jackson?
That thing. What is the name of this chapter? I Go Down with the Ship. Well, you're not the only one going down with the ship, Percy. Stop being so self-centered.
No, it's because his ship is going down. It's going down swinging.
You did just murder his ship. Clarisse, my dude, did you learn nothing from Odysseus? Don't yell. He will find you and fuck you up. Polyphemus continues to take advantage of our two favorite Hufflepuffs and destroys the ship. Good thing Tyson and Percy have telepathic abilities now because brothers. That's how that works. Now to go somewhere draped over a rainbow.
Brother.
I thought my somewhere over a rainbow joke was funny too.
I think all of it was funny.
I am a hilarious person. Oh, let's tell the listeners about what a kid told me the other day. This pertains to me being funny, I promise. I did a survey It's about the middle of the year, so I wanted to see what I could do better as their teacher. Kid flat out told me to change my voice. And how do you respond to that? Like,
change your voice.
This kid doesn't even come to class. That's the weirdest part. It's not even like she comes and hears me every day. Would she hear me once and then decide to never come back? I guess.
Taylor, I think this is a new segment of the show, just like what kids have told you as a teacher.
Y'all,
This is teacher talk with Taylor.
Public education, man. A wild time. I'm one of the few teachers that hasn't quit their jobs yet.
Yet.
Nah, I like my job. I work for a preschool school, so...
I thought you were about to say preschool for a second.
Yes, I teach high schoolers who are still in preschool. Sometimes they act like it. Oh, what was the other funny one? Oh, damn. I'll probably think about it later. A kid told me another dumb thing during those. One kid told me I was hilarious, and I wanted to respond back, I know. But I didn't, because that would be rude.
No, it wouldn't.
But in the context of our show, we are still in the goddamn Bermuda Triangle. This chapter is 7 pages long, so I don't really have much to talk about. So that's why I thought I would tell you about the wild stories from school. Are you okay?
Sorry, I saw there was a message that came down from Messenger.
I was like, is it like somebody at your door and you're like mouthing at them?
No, I was literally looking at the screen where you are, but something came down above your head.
That'll do it. So yeah, I don't have
that happens all the time when I'm driving, Taylor. And it's very distracting.
I was thinking about you today actually because one of my students who has ADHD, he decided to teach himself how to code using Python. And,
amazing.
Like, refuses to get help from people. He wants to figure it all out. And he's like, I have a freaking full-time job learning this Python. I'm like, you could ask for help. And he's like, no. And I'm like, man, is this Charlie trying to learn something new and letting it take over their entire life?
Listen.
It's the ADHD. Like, I know what it is.
It is. Okay. We're gonna go into another work tangents then. This is the work tangent episode. Because my manager was like, hey, like, I heard from the manager you're working with today, because they all talk to each other. Everybody texts each other. And she's like, so I heard you were really, really helping him with, like, other stuff, like, out in the store. And like, you weren't, like, doing the carryouts and things. And I was like, I was in the zone. Like, I had deliveries to deal with. I was prepping things. I was cleaning dishes. I was not focused on the front. I was focused on everything else in the back. When I get too focused on one thing, I'm not gonna think about the rest. I only help out in the front when I, like, have time and mental energy. Yeah.
Mental energy is a hard thing to come by these days.
It's just the ADHD tunnel vision. You know? It's like, I'm gonna do what I have to do, and before I can do anything else that's not on that list of things I have to do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just fun. He was, like, so proud of himself because he made buttons. Like, he was able to code 2 buttons that said yes and no.
Hey, guess what? I can make buttons too, except they're physical buttons because I got a button maker.
Except it's you got a button maker because your mom said to get a button maker.
I got a physical freaking button maker. I am actually the one with the side hustle at Hogwarts that makes all the buttons. That is a restricted section reference.
It's fine.
Okay, what's happening?
Yeah, what's missing in this?
I feel like I haven't talked to Taylor in a month. It's actually only been like 10 days, but
it's fine, we can do math.
It feels like it's been a month. I don't know why.
Time doesn't exist.
Okay. Well, for this week's In Case You Missed It, but shh. Were you doing something there?
Yeah, I do it on my little table.
I didn't know you did that.
Charlie doesn't listen to the episodes after they're done.
I don't.
So Charlie has
sorry.
no clue what I'm doing.
I listened to, okay, so I think I listened to the one where you were by yourself. That 5-minute
because your voice
one.
wasn't in...
Because my voice wasn't in it. I listened to,
the one where it was Christina and Sean.
Yes, I did. And then I listened to, the end of that episode with Sam, just so I could hear all the daddies. And that was what I've listened to on this podcast.
It's fair.
It's because I really, really hate my voice. I already have to listen to this voice when I edit Phantom's Gone Wrong, so I'm sorry.
What you do is you edit at 1.5 speed so it doesn't sound like your voice anymore.
Yeah, I've started doing that when I edit, but that doesn't mean that I can listen to our podcast.
That's fair.
I say dumb things. I don't really want to listen to them back. I'll already think about them and be like, wow, that was a really dumb thing I said. I don't want to remember that I said that.
Mood.
Okay. Anyway, the Golden Fleece, as I was trying to say before, we're finally learning the actual story of the Golden Fleece. What was Rick's story? He said it was, Cadmus and Europa, is what he said.
Yes, on a flying ram.
I mean, the ram is, in fact, flying ram. He got some of the stuff right. It did take somebody off and rescue them. But it had nothing to do with Cadmus and Europa. I don't know why that was what he chose.
Okay.
If I had any question to ask Rick Riordan, it would be like, okay,
why?
I understand changing things, but why?
Just why?
What was the point of that? What was that for? It was just a name. It didn't really matter. Just say, it was, what is this guy's name? Phrixus?
Yeah,
Are you on the page?
I'm guessing that's how we're pronouncing it. Phrixus.
That's what it looks like it says. Phrixus.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Just say it was Phrixus. And then Percy would probably say something like, what? Friction?
Yeah, that's probably exactly what he would... What does friction have to do with this?
Once again, just come on, Rick. Come on. I know exactly how this would go. Why? Anyway, I'm done with this, because I have nothing more to say about it. My only question is why. Okay, the Golden Fleece. It is, in fact, a fleece of a ram that is golden.
Shit. The fleece is a golden fleece? What?
Yeah.
What?
I think that's the great first sentence. The Golden Fleece is the fleece of the golden-wooled winged ram. Well, yes, of course it's golden and it's a fleece. We already got that. But it's a winged ram.
Chrysomalos?
Chrysomalos? I mean, yeah, the Greek word for golden fleece is Chrysmalanderos. I definitely butchered that because I don't speak Greek, so I don't know. But, I mean...
Charlie, you and I need to Duolingo Greek.
I thought you were afraid of the Duolingo owl.
I am terrified of the Duolingo owl. He currently lives way too close to me. They're supposed to be moving to a new building soon. It's still in Pittsburgh. Still in Pittsburgh, but it's still too close.
I think it's so hilarious that I learned, about you living near that after I chose the owl for your thing. I mean, Athena, of course I was going to choose owl, but still. If I learned that before, I'd be like, oh, it's an owl. It's definitely going to be a fucking owl.
He used to live 2 blocks from me. 2 blocks. I could see the building out my window. Now I can't quite see it, but I know he's there. He's less than a mile from me, and I'm going to cry. If I was allowed, your symbol would just be the Duolingo owl. But, copyright and shit. But, He's gonna get me.
You will become the Duolingo owl.
No! Is it being a werewolf and then the Duolingo owl attacks you?
That's what happens. Whenever Taylor sleeps, she turns into the Duolingo owl.
Oh no, I'm the one committing the owl murders.
We solved the mystery.
Oh no.
And pulls the mask off, and it was Taylor all along.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna need to... editing Taylor should remind me. I should make that as a meme now. The Scooby-Doo meme.
Oh dear. Okay, talk more about Phrixus while I go cry. Because
We're
I've
so
committed...
off the rails.
It's fine, it's a short chapter. What's the matter?
I know, that's why I was just like, I'm gonna go off on some tangents here, because this is a 10, not even 10-page chapter.
It's 7
5?
pages.
Yeah. That's our biggest complaint with this chapter. It should have been part of the
Combined
last
with the
chapter.
past. Yeah.
Christina, you and your editing prowess, would you say that this chapter and the last chapter probably should have been one? I'm calling you out. Tell me. I think that's how it should have. Taylor, you're just
I agree. I keep forgetting that I have to like vocalize that.
Yeah,
We've only been doing this for a year, actually.
This is in fact an audio medium, but also you were just like staring blankly at me, and I was just like, Taylor, are you alive?
That's my general state of being. Actually, when this episode comes out, it will be the week before. It will be the week of our episode. A year from our episode 0.
Wow!
And I still haven't learned that I have to speak instead of shaking my head.
You also didn't shake your head, though.
Yeah, Joe will tell you that I just space out. Like, I'm consciously here. My brain doesn't let me respond.
Well, you gotta work on that.
It's fine.
Just a little bit.
I do it mid-teaching sometimes. It's fine.
Okay. Well, Phrixus.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just the Ram. I'm gonna call it the Ram, because I don't really want to say Chrysomalos every freaking time.
Let's call him Chris.
Chris the Ram. But it's Chris with a Y.
Yes. It's very important.
It is very important that's a Y.
That Y is acknowledged.
God, I'm just thinking, like, some person would definitely name their child Chris with a Y, and that child would get bullied.
My uncle Chris, his is spelled without the H.
So, like, CR?
Yeah, it's just CRIS.
Like, I get KR. Like, KR sounds is fine, but CR.
CRIS.
That poor man.
Yeah, it messes me up. For a long time, I didn't know that other people spelled it with an H.
Oh. Is it like just Chris? Is it short for anything?
It's just Chris. It's just Chris.
Interesting. I want to know what the parents were thinking.
I don't really... my grandma doesn't have any memory left, so she probably doesn't remember. But it's the same thing with my mom. She's Kathy with a C. And it's not Catherine or anything like that. It's just Kathy.
Hey, I'm just Charlie with a C.
Yeah, you'd fit right in. All of my mom and her siblings are C names.
Except I have a CH.
Yeah, you wouldn't...
Black sheep of the family.
It went CA, CR, CR, CA.
Wow.
Okay, sorry. Let's talk about Chris the Ram. Oh my god, we're fine. Everything's fine.
There are no rails in this episode.
Yeah, we're so far away from the rails that we can't see them anymore. Because we took Chris the Ram.
Okay. Chris the Ram rescued Phrixus and brought him to Colchis. Hey, Colchis, I wonder, is that a place that we recognize? Is that, like,
nope,
maybe related to, like, Medea and Jason? No, probably not.
It's fine.
And that's where Phrixus sacrificed it to Zeus. Gross. No. Anyway, Phrixus gave the fleece to Aeetes. Hey, that is Medea's dad. That is Medea's dad.
No. Medea's dad?
Yeah, she had one of those.
Oh, no.
What the fuck is this reaction?
I thought we were faking surprise at it being associated with Jason and Medea.
I mean, that doesn't sound like surprise. That just sounds like, what?
Oh, no, they're gonna be in trouble.
Okay.
I'm fine. Continue.
So it was kept in a sacred grove, and then, of course, Jason the asshole stole it, with the help of Medea.
Jason and the asshole knots.
No, the Argonauts themselves are fine. Like, most of them, I don't have problems with. Unless you're, like, maybe counting Heracles. I mean, he's
I was gonna say, Yeah.
He's like a poor emo boy, but he's also a dick at the same time. So, like...
Yeah.
I have complicated feelings towards him. But if you're talking about, like, my girl, like, Atalanta, like, she's fine.
I forgot that technically she's an Argonaut.
Sometimes. Sometimes she's an Argonaut, and sometimes they're like, oh, it's cursed. She can't be an Argonaut because women and ships and shit. This is not related to this story, but it's still mythology, so we're on rails.
We're on rails, just not the right rails.
Not the right one. Ooh, so the fleece is a symbol of authority and kingship. Alright. Okay, I love that, like, what is up with this Wikipedia, where it's like, in this fictional tale, based on supposedly true events?
Yeah, that's how myth works, Wikipedia.
Exactly! Who wrote this page?
I could say that about any, like, religious text ever.
Yeah. So, like, of course, the whole thing about, like, Jason's quest is, like, that was what his quest was, is he had to go get the fleece. Of course, he had to go get it for, is his evil uncle? I think it was evil uncle.
I assume it's always evil uncle. It's normally an evil uncle.
Yeah, because I think it was an evil uncle who, like, stole the throne from Jason's dad or something stupid like this. Yeah. We'll talk about that eventually. It's not important right now. It's not important to Percy's journey.
Yes, I just did a quick perusal. That is what happened. It was an evil uncle.
Yay! Sometimes I know things. Also, what is this about heraldry? Heraldic variations of the fleece?
I mean, that makes sense. A lot of mythic stuff ends up on medieval heraldry.
But specifically Georgia. The country of Georgia.
I mean, that makes sense because of the area. I mean, it is right there.
Is it?
Georgia's right near Turkey.
I mean, yeah. It's not quite close to Greece, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's that same general, like...
I think, okay, what sea did Jason the Argonaut sail through? Was it supposed to be that sea there in the middle? Is it the Black Sea?
Yeah, it's the Black Sea.
I want to say that was supposed to be the sea that they went through. Maybe I'm wrong.
Jason sail on. It doesn't tell me.
Okay.
Oh, it is the Black... Yeah.
Yay!
So it's the... Colchis is the modern Black Sea coast of Georgia. So
there you go.
That's why.
That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Look at that. We got to an answer.
It doesn't actually say historical Colchis, like right here on the page. Anyway.
It's fine.
It's fine.
If we would have just scrolled down a little.
No, if I had read the whole sentence. Once again, ADHD and tunnel vision. Have I mentioned this before? Also, reading things while on a podcast is hard because I don't want to just, like, read this word for word on Wikipedia. So.
That would be sad for all.
Yeah. Okay. Right. There's some shit going on. Phrixus and all of this. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Phrixus.
Oh, my favorite story. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. So, Athamas. Okay. Athamas and Nephele are the parents of Phrixus, whose name means curly, as in the texture of the Fram's fleece. What? What?
Oh wait, Cadmus does come up.
He does, but he's like the
father-in-law,
cousin?
sort of.
He's the half brother of.
Oh wait, yeah.
Phrixus?
Wait, so
Half-brother.
Athamas is his dad. Okay.
Yeah, Athamas had another wife in Ino.
Became married Ino. So Cadmus is his step-grandfather?
What?
Yeah, step-grandfather. Because Cadmus is Eno's dad. Athamas is...
Oh, daughter of Cadmus. You know what? I'm sorry. I read that, and I thought that meant that Ino had Cadmus as a child. Anyway, I am not fine. Okay today.
Time and money is fine.
Yes. Okay, they're related, but, like, not in a, direct way in any sort of fashion. Okay, so, Ino plotted the death of her stepchildren, as any stepmother does. This is just this is a fairy tale.
I know I know my stepmom plots my murder all the time.
Don't you get along great with your stepmom?
Yeah, I do. I fucking love my
I was
stepmom.
like, I wanted to
love my
make sure I
stepmom
was
so much.
remembering things for once. Good.
I genuinely very much love my stepmom, so...
Okay, so she persuaded Athamas to sacrifice Phrixus to end the drought. Oh, right, wait. I missed the part where...
A drought happened?
Yeah, there was a drought. Nephili left because remarried and caused a drought. You know what? I mean, she's a goddess, so... Or it says goddess, but technically she's a cloud nymph. That's fair. That's...
Yeah.
Also,
she's immortal. She's immortal.
Also, fun to note, it's not relevant, but, like, Nephili was created by Zeus in the image of Hera to seduce some guy, and I think he goes to, like, Tartarus after that.
Oh, that's fun. That was a plot twist.
There was something going on. Am I right? Oh, wait, no, okay, wait, maybe I got that one. Yeah, no, he fathered the centaurs with Nephili, never mind. But I know it was it was a test to basically be like, you wanted to fuck my wife. So Nephili, imagine her as looking like Hera, and then of course, what happens? Her husband, her other husband apparently, because she had two, has another wife, and she, you know, has a fit. This feels very Hera. Anyway.
It does.
So, Aina wants to kill Phrixus. Nephili comes out with this gold ram, and, you know, she appears for kids, and this ram is also with Poseidon. I'm just,
yep.
I quit. I quit.
Yep.
The Golden Fleece is Percy's brother! And it's Polyphemus' brother! And it's Tyson's brother!
Everybody in this book is related.
I hate it! I hate it so much. I quit this podcast. So he fucked a nymph, who was also the granddaughter of Helios. Okay, wait. So that means the fleece is also related to, the whole, Medea, who, from Colchis, of course, and, like, Pasiphae and Circe, like, all of our great sorceress women, because they're all related to Helios. So they're also all related to the fleece, the ram. Mythology. Fucking mythology. I'm having a time right now. I'm having a time.
I can tell. I'm just, like, trying to make a mental family tree, and I should probably just stop doing that.
Yeah, don't try to.
Don't try.
Don't try.
Just don't try.
Okay, basically, yeah, Poseidon, I don't like how this is described, but he raped her. Fuck Poseidon. Don't like him.
Charlie, you don't like Poseidon? I would have never known. I really hate
Poseidon.
I would have never fucking known.
I really don't like Poseidon. Percy Jackson World Poseidon is, like, the nicest guy. He's a real dad. Like, you know?
He's a dad who was taken from his child by a dumb law.
Yeah. Like, he's like, just a normal... I mean, he's not normal, but, like, he's, like, a good dad figure.
He's trying to be a dad, but he's sort of restricted.
Actual mythology Poseidon is, like...
Sucks ass.
He's almost worse than Zeus at sometimes, so it's not great.
And you know who's the only good person?
Hestia.
I was gonna say Hades, but also Hestia. Mostly Hestia.
Mostly Hestia. Hey, Hades is still on thin ice for the rape of Persephone, quote unquote. Which, however you want to take the word rape, both of them are not great interpretations.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so, even if it was just like a kidnapping.
Yeah.
Not great.
It's not great. It's not great.
But he grew out of the situation. So
exactly. They grew together. So the fleece.
We'll give him some credit there.
Oh, this describes why are you saying the ram is yellow? Yellow and gold are not the same thing. Anyway. So the kids, I mean, it's basically what Rick said with, like, the whole Cadmus and Europa thing, but it's instead Phrixus and his sister, Helle?
Yeah, I would just go with Hell.
Hella. It's actually
Yes.
Thor's sister, Hela.
Yep. Or Loki's child, Hel.
Yeah, one of those. With depending on if you're talking about mythology or comics. Anyway,
Yeah.
my god. All of this podcast could be outtakes. Literally all of it.
This entire episode is just outtakes.
40 minutes in. Okay. The ram can speak. The ram can
Naturally.
speak. It can fucking speak. I really should
Naturally.
have just, like, read the story beforehand, because I feel like this feels like a drunk read, and I am not drunk.
Now you're just so mind blown you don't know how to react.
I don't know how to fucking react. Anyway, so the ram can speak. It spoke to the boy. It encouraged him. And, you know, it took them safely to Colchis, and
Like it does.
this act returned the ram to Poseidon, and then the ram became the constellation Aries.
Why does everything get turned into, like, a constellation?
You know, I don't know, but, like, the Greeks are what gave us, like, astrology. The Greeks are the reason we have the constellations and astrology. So, you know.
So they're who I have to blame for a student telling me that it wasn't in their signs to do their homework.
Oh, definitely. You blame the Greeks. If anything
Okay.
is astrology, blame the Greeks.
Will do.
We'll cover that in an episode someday. Just cover all of astrology.
It's all of it
All of it.
in one fell swoop.
I
It'll go real
I could
well.
never. At least not by myself. Okay, so
It'll go real fucking well.
So Phrixus, they're not even talking about Hel. They mentioned Hel, like, once in this entire... Oh, wait,
She
no,
exists.
twice, sorry. Okay, wait. I missed a line because she died. Anyway, she drowned, and that's why we have the Hellespont, because it's named after her.
Oh shit, I did miss that part.
Okay, cool. It's not just me. So that's why she's only mentioned, like, twice in this entire thing. It's because she died. Phrixus settled in Aeetes' house. They hung the fleece. Sacred to Ares. Why Ares?
Because it's a ram and is Aries, and...
That
Ares.
is literally what my brain was like. Ares? Same thing. Except not.
Except they're not, but they're close enough.
I don't know why Ares is part of this. Are oak trees sacred to him for some... No, I don't think... I have no idea why Ares is relevant. Also, there's a dragon that guards... And it has teeth that become soldiers! If they're planted in the ground. Only if they're... Like they don't
Only if they're planted in the ground.
It's not like the dragon just, like, the teeth just, like, jump out and become soldiers whenever they want. It's like you have to take the tooth out surgically and plant it in the ground.
That's a no from me, dog.
Or, you know, when the dragon's dead, you just take the teeth, put them in the ground. But don't kill the dragon. Dragons are good. Love a good dragon. Instead, we got fucking sheep. Instead, we got killer sheep. Why didn't we get a cool dragon? Also, the dragon never sleep, apparently. Until Jason puts it to sleep. What the hell? It literally says in the sentence, never sleeping dragon. Next sentence, Jason puts it to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Who wrote this? Like, is that actually correct? Who wrote this?
It was secretly me all along.
Taylor, I hate you.
I would never do.
Okay. So,
Okay,
what else do we have on here, on this page? Because that's, like, the actual story of it. Jason just puts it to sleep, and that's how he gets it. I mean, like, he goes through a bunch of, like, other trials and shit there, but basic evolution of the plot. Is there anything in this paragraph that's interesting?
I don't know, is there?
Oh, there's something that replaces Medea helping Jason with Athena. Why?
Yes.
No, this is Medea Erasure. I love Medea. My girl. There's a definition. Sorry, there's no boobs for...
I know, it's sad.
Also, just the fact that, like, main theories. There's, like, 18 things that the fleece represents, apparently.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, what is up with this? Okay, wait. Oh, let's read. Royal power. The flayed skin of Krios. Oh, okay, that's the...
Ram.
I mean, that's not the ram. That is the Titan, who sometimes is... I think... Oh, his name means ram. Okay. I was like, does he depict it with ram's horns or something? No, it's just... The Fleece is actually a book on alchemy. We figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That one's the one that makes the most sense out of all of this.
I want to hear why. The technique of writing in gold on parchment, form of placer mine practice in Georgia. Okay. Forgiveness of the gods. Rain cloud.
Why should they be forgiven?
You mean the gods of the people?
I know it meant the people, but like the gods.
Land of golden grain. Did that make sense of all of these? Spring hero.
Spring hero.
Does that mean like a hero like of springtime or like the hero sprung?
Jumping. Yeah, I don't know.
Sea
reflecting the sun. I like that one.
The gilded prow of Phrixus' ship. Okay.
A breed of sheep in ancient Georgia.
Sheep! We have sheep! We related to this back to sheep. Riches imported from the east. Okay. Wealth or technology of Colchis. A covering for a cult image of Zeus in the form of ram. Fabric.
What is fuck is sea silk? It's an extremely fine, rare, and valuable fabric that is made from long, silky filaments of byssus, or byssus secreted by a gland in the foot of pen shells.
What the hell?
There you go. Very fine silk.
It's about a voyage from Greece through the Mediterranean across the Atlantic to the Why
would it be about going to the Americas?
What does that have to do with anything? Presents trading fleece dyed Murex purple for. I really want to know
on all of these.
Can all the scholars of the Golden Fleece explain all of these to me in words that I can understand? Like, I know they can explain it to me, but please explain it in a way that I can understand. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just calling out all the classics nerds. I'm so confused. Yeah, I do like the fact that it does bring up sheep husbandry. In this, once again, we're having a lot of sheep in here. Lots of sheep.
I wonder if it's because a ram and sheep are related.
No, I don't think so. But we gotta talk about sheep more. It's golden sheep.
Sheep.
I mean, they were in fact golden sheep, and it's a golden fleece. Therefore, they are the same.
One and the same.
I do think the interpretation thing here, like, somewhat explains things, but I don't want to read all of them. I just want to focus on the fact that the C also at the bottom of the page has Camp Half-Blood Chronicle.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
So I go down with the ship. We are currently running from fucking Polyphemus, trying to get to the ship.
Still running. This is a continuation of the scene before.
Of the previous running. We got to the ocean, so now we're more swimming. Somehow, Clarisse is still holding on to fucking Annabeth.
And Annabeth,
during all of this,
I want an image of how this is working, because Clarisse is holding on to Annabeth, and Annabeth is like holding on to Clarisse,
the fleece,
and the fleece, and she's paddling a little bit. Like, I am imagining that she's like giving it her all, but it's just like, I'm dying, guys.
Like, I get mad at Clarisse in this chapter, because she does a big dumb. But right now, man, she's pulling all the weight, literally.
I want to cancel Clarisse after, like, the past couple chapters.
It's like she was doing so well in the first half of the book.
She was getting better, and now I'm just like, God damn it, your Gryffindor energy is actively causing us to, like, die.
Yeah. So, Polyphemus calls Tyson a traitor for helping humans.
Yeah. You serve mortals. No, he don't serve anyone.
And Tyson comes out with the line, "You are not my kind." And it shows a lot about the fact that, like, Tyson isn't viewing it as a species thing.
Yeah.
He's viewing it as a kindness thing, because he's a true Hufflepuff.
I don't think it's necessarily kind, like, my kind. I don't think that's kindness necessarily. I think it's more like, you're not, like, part of my family. You're not part of this.
Well, I'm saying more like he's not saying it's like who he is defined by what he is, sort of thing, and like
found family. Tyson said found family.
Yeah, and he might get along with other Cyclopes he meets, and they might be his kind, but Polyphemus doesn't represent what Tyson believes in.
Taylor, question for you. Do you think that, like, even though Tyson and Percy are technically blood relatives, they can still be found family?
I feel like you can have people you're blood related to in your found family.
I think so, too. I just wanted to hear your perspective.
Like, I think if you think about, like, the Harry Potter gang, I would say that the Weasley twins are part of Harry's found family.
I mean, I think the whole Weasley family is part of the found family, but... minus Percy Weasley, not Percy Jackson.
I wouldn't really put Charlie in it either, because he's not really there for much of it.
That's just because fucking Rowling, her proper name, had too many freaking characters, and so she couldn't include the best Weasley.
But I mean, like, if you're looking at the school proper, and you're looking at who their group is, the Weasley twins are as much part of Harry's life as, say, Ron is. Mm-hmm. Just in a different way.
Yeah.
I mean, without them, he wouldn't have the Marauders map, etc. And he sort of has looked out for the two younger ones, even when they don't realize they've been doing it. And so I feel like, in that case, they are part of that found family, even though they're related to Ron and Ginny.
I mean, I just say that the whole Weasley family because, like, Molly's like, no, Harry, get in this family picture. You're a Weasley now.
That's fair.
That's why fair. It's just that.
But yeah, no, I think you can be if, like, say, like, your siblings who are, like, friends. I don't have this experience. I know you don't either because you're an only child.
Yes.
But even though I have a bajillion siblings, I don't have any close to me in age. Mm-hmm. So I never really got to be friends with my siblings. Whereas my sisters are 16 and 15 right now. And they're friends. They tell each other literally fucking everything. Mm-hmm. And if they found a close-knit group outside of the house, I would consider them in each other's found family. That makes any fucking sense.
Yeah, I definitely think that, like, you could have, like, blood relatives in found family. I just wanted a perspective of somebody who had siblings who could maybe...
Yeah, see, it's hard for me, like, as somebody who doesn't have siblings close to me in age, but, like, looking at, like, my sister's relationship, because they are a year apart, and, yeah, they also try to murder each other on a daily basis. That's part of being siblings, or so I've been told. Once again, I don't have a sibling close to me in age.
I've been told this too, Taylor. I mean, my mother is the closest that comes to, because we also try to kill each other.
Yeah, well, my brothers are only 2 years younger than me, but they have all sorts of problems, and I don't like either of them. Yeah, it's a separate issue. But, so, like, I always use Gabby and Mattia as, like, my example of that, because they hate each other 1 second, but literally tell each other every tiny detail about their lives. And then they tell me that they've told the other one that they told them details, but won't tell me the details. They just tell me that they told the other person details.
Okay.
I'm like, what's the point of telling me that?
I don't know.
Now I'm angry. Next page.
Death or victory! Okay.
So Polyphemus is still wounded on his foot, so he falls on his face into the
I love that.
ocean, but then he gets back up.
I mean, okay, why is he shouldn't even be spitting salt water. He's a son of Poseidon. Can't he just breathe?
Well, I feel like Poseidon's not on his side right now.
Could be. Poseidon's like, I'm not gonna play favorites, but, like, Percy's my favorite.
It's a 2-to-1 thing. Like, 2 of my kids versus 1 of my kids. I have to back
also the
one
babies
more
versus the older kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Polyphemus is middle child energy.
So Tyson is gonna sacrifice himself again, but Percy's like, no, we do this together. He doesn't want to lose him again. He's so stressed about it. And fucking Tyson just, like, a boulder is flying, and Tyson just sort of punches it.
God, Tyson, my boy! He's an Avenger.
Yeah, like, what the heck?
My boy. Percy's just... The fact that Polyphemus is like, you stole the fleece. No, Percy's like, you stole the fleece. Obviously.
And, like, so Satyr's good eating.
That's the argument.
And Percy's like...
I did it for food.
It should be used to heal. And you know what? Polyphemus makes a good point here. He is also a child of the gods, technically.
You know what? You know what I realized in this moment of, like, the whole... He uses it to lure the satyrs to their deaths. Polyphemus is, fuck, I forgot his name. Tamatoa. He's the sparkly crab from Moana, because what does the crab do? He lures the fish with his sparkles, and they just come into his mouth.
So that's really funny that you brought up, because
oh my God.
my friend sent me a Bruno meme with Tamatoa. Let me find it. It's when Peppa is Tamatoa and Moana is Mirabelle, and it says, "Are you just trying to get me to talk about Bruno? Because if you are, I will gladly do so." In song form. In the actual version, it's him saying, talk about myself.
Bruno, but it was my wedding day.
So, I need to
literally. That's how the song fucking starts.
It's great. I fucking love it. So yeah, I just need to bring that up because you mentioned Tamatoa.
Oh God. We don't talk about Bruno. I had a conversation. I was just like, wow, I really just want a, like, unnecessarily censored, we don't talk about Bruno, where just, like, every time they say Bruno, it's just the censored noise.
We don't talk about
just every fucking time. And then when all of them are singing over each other, God.
Oh my God, no. No.
I mean, that would hurt you.
Yeah, I would physically be
I know.
dead.
I know you would, but I would love it so much. You don't have to listen to it.
Okay. So, Percy Jackson, we can bleep out the word gods every time and it would make most sentences hilarious. I am the child of the beep!
No, let's change every time they say gods to just fuck. I'm a child of the fucks.
That's how children are created,
I'm a demi-fuck.
So, Polyphemus takes an olive tree and starts smashing it down. Grover gets Annabeth on the ship, and Clarisse is up there too.
Okay, but it's an olive tree.
Which would not be growing there.
No, but also think of the significance of that, where this is a short chapter, we're gonna go into that. Remember what Athena gave to Athens? It was a freaking olive tree.
It's fine. You could also think of it as extending an olive branch, except doing it violently.
That's who I was just like, isn't that like a symbol of peace? And instead he's like smashing. Smash. Now I'm just imagining Hulk with an olive branch smashing. Anyway.
And it's so sad because he's smashing, and Polyphemus is like trying to get Tyson to get on his side, telling him he wasn't raised right and all this other stuff. And Tyson's just like, don't fight, put it down. Like, Tyson just wants everybody to get along and love each other. And every time Tyson gives people the benefit of the doubt, he gets fucked.
Well, I mean, same with Percy. Percy did it in the last chapter.
That's true.
God, they are the HuffleBrothers. That's what they are.
Yeah, it's... so Tyson gets smacked with the tree, and Percy is unhappy.
I really love this one sentence. The tree struck him with such force, it would have flattened me into a Percy pizza with extra olives. Because it's an olive tree.
Thanks, Percy.
Fight, swinging the tree.
A couple stabby stabs.
Percy is a guinea pig inside.
Percy jumps at one point and lands both feet first into his eye.
Okay, I missed that part. God.
Yes, he basically grabs the olive tree when Polyphemus swung it at him. It lifts him up into the air, and he essentially drops down onto his face, straight into his eye.
I'm feeling that, like, physically. I don't like it.
And then once again, the two of them are like, or Percy's like, let him go, and told Tyson to run. So they're running again. They're getting away. Fucking getting away.
We're still running. This is just still running.
It's still running. Now we're just running in water. It's fine.
It's just Temple Run just constantly. I don't know why that came to my brain, but that was all I could think of for running. I
was really good at Tumble Run too.
I liked, what was it called? Subway Surfers. That's the one that I played.
Subway Surfers.
That was what I got when I first got an iPad. I played that in class. In high school.
So they get to the ship. Clarisse says, yeah, Jackson, in your face, Cyclops. And that means Polyphemus turns towards where they are and gets a boulder, and she doesn't stop. She keeps yelling.
If he was deaf and that was the situation, go off, Clarisse. Just go off. He is blind, not deaf. Therefore, he's gonna be listening for you, not looking for you. Okay? You throw like a wimp.
And this is exactly what happened with Odysseus. It's not even like...
But she already did this. The fact that she does it again.
I know, it's just...
I mean, last time it wasn't like... It wasn't like he was trying to throw shit at her and he couldn't see her. It was like she just kept running her mouth. She won't shut up.
You had one job. Shut the fuck up.
It's the one thing she'll never do.
Yeah, really. So the ship basically pulls them all down, because I guess I could have talked about physics, but I didn't want to.
You're not required to talk about physics. You are never required.
When things are pulled down into water, you think like a whirlpool. It pulls everything down into the center. When a large object drops into water, it creates the same effect, and is almost like, think like gravity. You go towards the bigger object. That's why we stay on Earth. Well, you're gravitating towards that bigger object in the water, and it pulls you under.
I love that Rick knows this, and he was like, I'm gonna put that in there so the kids will learn this.
Well, think if you've ever... Well, you're not a large person, so...
I'm not a small person.
Yeah, but if you've ever been in the pool and, like, jumped in... Well, you don't really swim that much either.
Not really. Remember, I hate Poseidon.
Yeah. So, in a swimming pool, if you jump in and you're next to something small, it's gonna sink.
Yeah. Because
you displace the water.
Yeah.
Essentially. Okay. That's what's happening here. So, everybody's flailing around. Clarisse is doing somewhat okay, but not making any progress. Grover's half dead. Annabeth is trying to keep the fleece. It's all bad. Timber's going everywhere. And somehow Tyson and Percy have telepathy.
Okay. Just the fact that, like, I guess the fleece floats. That's good. I just have so many questions about the logistics of the fleece in the ocean right now.
Yeah, well, a fleece would not float, so
No, it wouldn't. But also, it's a magic fleece. It is a magic fleece. And also, maybe its healing powers also don't want Annabeth to die. It is a sentient fleece now. But also, is its magic, like, being spread out so far throughout the entire ocean? It's just in the water.
Oh, shit.
It's just bringing the ocean
That's how we heal the reefs. That's how we heal all the coral reefs. We get the
fucking fleece. Just put it in there.
Get the fleece and just drop it in.
Guys, we figured it out. We solved everything. And then you know what we do? We bring that fleece up and cure the ozone.
So surprisingly, the ozone layer is healing.
Yes, but the fleece will make it faster.
Okay.
Listen.
It's just the rest of the carbon emissions that are fucking us now.
I think the only thing the fleece wouldn't be able to do is, like, refreeze the polar ice caps.
Refreeze.
So, like, I mean, that's not really a healing situation, you know? For that, we just need to get, like,
really big air conditioners.
I was gonna say Elsa.
Okay.
But, you know, air conditioners work, too.
And we've, so Rainbow comes.
Rainbow!
Because, of course, Rainbow would come.
The gay
Her
agenda.
best friend his best friend is in trouble.
Yes, Rainbow's
a boy.
Remember the pronouns!
I'm sorry.
Taylor.
Polyphemus thinks he's finally sunk nobody.
This is the gay agenda.
It is. It has always been the gay agenda.
But, like, specifically because Rainbow saves the day. This is the end of season 1 of She-Ra when they're all just, like, forming a rainbow and defeat the bad guys.
Are we not always just forming rainbows to defeat evil? Damn.
I wish I could. I would more often.
And we fall asleep on hippocampi, and Percy keeps his promise and tells Annabeth she's a genius, I don't think it should count.
I was gonna say,
because she's asleep.
She's asleep, does not count. Percy, you're gonna have to tell her again. We'll need to keep watch on that to see if he actually tells her, like, when she's conscious.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on. Oh wow, we recorded.
I mean, you know what?
We recorded way longer than we should have from this.
Probably. I mean, okay.
It's fine.
I thought...
and then you subtract the 5 minutes when I went to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not bad.
What plug do you have for me this week?
Oh, what is my plug this week?
I don't know.
It's been, like, so long since recording things, and I've, like, gone through so many pieces of media since then. Okay.
Just do what I do and fill in the spreadsheet as I think of them.
Well... So I finally finished Buffy and Angel. So my official plug is Angel, but like the Buffyverse. Finally finished watching that shit. Very good.
Did you have fun?
I mean, as much fun as you can have watching like Joss Whedon things.
That's fair.
Fair.
Yeah, I can't fault you there.
I mean, my goodness. I will say, I definitely met a few of my new favorite characters from things. Also, some of them died. But it's okay. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Is it?
Have I told you about my favorite character from Angel? Have I told you about Lauren?
No.
Okay. I need to find a picture of Lauren for you. Because, my goodness. Wonderful. Okay. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Frickin' Google, load things for me. Okay, send it to Taylor. There. This is Lauren. I love Lauren. Lauren is a demon, and also,
You sure that's not Shrek?
It's not Shrek. He has horns. He has red horns and red eyes.
Pretty sure you might be in love with Shrek.
I'm not in love with him. I do think he's like a flaming pansexual. Like, goodness, the queer vibes, they are just like so much. But like he's a fucking bard. This man, this demon, good. His power.
We all need.
He has a karaoke bar, and he listens to you sing, and then he can like sense your aura and what you're feeling, and also like your future. Just by, like, you singing, like, a few bars of a song. I love him.
I have questions, but none that you can probably answer, so...
I love him so much. I probably can't. I love him so much. I also love Fred. She is a good nerd. I love me a woman who has a traditionally masculine name. That's just, like, my kink. Anyway.
Oh, is it? What about those of us who have... unisex names?
I also love you.
Good. I'd be offended if you didn't. Okay, my plug is Book of Boba Fett, because
is it
Joe
good?
And I are basic, and we watch anything basically put out on Disney Plus. It's fine. We're fine. It's definitely not as good as Mando, but Mando was, like, high bar. Very high bar.
Okay, that really doesn't tell me anything, because I didn't really like Mando. Maybe that should be cut out of the podcast so people don't come after me.
I'm not protecting you from the people who attack you.
I'm sorry. I just, like, I liked Grogu, and that was mostly it.
Were you a big Star Wars person before?
I'm like, okay, I appreciate things. I'm not a hater of any of the things. I'm just also not a super fan. I'm, like, in the bar of, like, I'm in this. I know enough to appreciate things. I like the movies. I do want to watch more of the shows, but
see, that's one of I haven't seen. I've only seen Bad Batch, but
I haven't seen. The only Star Wars show
I feel
I've seen
like
is Mando.
I could see it, like, you know, if you're not super into the universe, where it could really lose somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to watch the Clone Wars show. Is that what that's the show, right?
Yeah,
Clone Wars and Rebels. I do want to watch, like, those, but
we started watching Clone Wars, but there's just so much. You do okay with it because you put stuff on in the background and do other things.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't do that. Or else I don't know what's being said. So
I also put on subtitles.
So I think you'd be okay. Well, that way when you look up, you can just double check.
I know, just having subtitles on when I watch things, like, it helps me focus more sometimes, even when I'm, like, doing other things at the same time.
It doesn't completely surprise me.
This is one of, like, the biggest fights my mother and I have actually ever had, is about having subtitles on.
Y'all, if you're watching anything with another person and they want subtitles on, don't shame them. Subtitles are important to people, especially people with disabilities, not just hearing disabilities, but things like focus.
Yeah.
And just in general, like, maybe the colors are bothering somebody with a headache, but they still want to be part of it, and they can't watch all the movement, so they'll at least watch the words so that they can sort of be part of the situation. Or maybe they don't like loud noises. My brother used to do that, would sometimes have to wear headphones, but he would still sit around and watch what we were watching. Now he can't read, so he just didn't know what was happening. But the thought was there. So, don't be a dick, y'all.
Yeah,
just,
like,
if somebody wants subtitles on, put them on.
Yeah, I don't have, like, hearing issues, but I'm pretty sure I have, like, auditory processing things sometimes.
I mean, that's probably along with the ADHD. Well,
exactly. Like, God, me and phone calls, like, I mean, this is a Zoom call, so I can see you, so it's, like, different. Yeah. But, like, with just a phone call, goodness, there's a reason I don't answer phones at work, and it's because I can't hear or, like, process what people are saying. Both of those things, basically. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, if somebody had an accent, I'd be like, I have no idea what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's like, I always feel bad when somebody has, like, a really heavy accent, because I already have hard enough time processing people with the same accent as me. So it's like, I promise I'm not doing this because of how you speak. It's because I can't process.
Yeah,
and I always feel so bad.
Thank you, Taylor.
Because then it like seems like I'm doing it to be an asshole, but I'm like, I just my brain physically needs a little extra time to adjust.
Yeah.
Because it needs time to adjust for people who speak the same way I do.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a long-winded way to say, go watch Boba Fett. Ming-Na Wen is great, and she gives me joy because she's a Disney princess, and in Marvel, and in Star Wars. And, you know, that's pretty shit.
But Taylor, I think our other collective plug is from you and me is watching things with subtitles, and also not shaming people who watch things with subtitles.
Yes, please.
Anyway.
Honestly, if you're watching in a group, just put them on.
Yeah.
I mean, because sometimes if there's a large group, somebody might be uncomfortable asking.
I got used to watching things with subtitles because I started watching Doctor Who, like, 10 years ago, and I'm like, I I need to, like, see some of these words that are being said here, because one, accents, and two, some of these are made up, and I don't know what's going on.
Well, I grew up in a family that, like, didn't really want to acknowledge the fact that I had a hearing disability, and just sort of swept it under the rug. And then when I was finally an adult, and I went to get my hearing checked because I was tired of it, the lady's like, fuck, why wasn't anything done, 10 years ago? She was very concerned. The graph of my hearing is a wild time.
Yikes.
It's fine. So I never got, like, I would often miss stuff in movies because my family wouldn't watch it with subtitles. So what really got me into using subtitles was when I started watching anime in, what was that, sophomore year of high school.
Anime!
Yeah, I don't know. This is just my like, general, like, you don't know. Some people are scared to ask because they don't want to piss people off. Just put them on. You never know.
Put on subtitles. This is general. This is just the rant of the pod.
And then you know how to spell things.
Literally, why I like subtitles now at this point. I'm just like, I just want to be able to see that word so I can spell it.
Joe's name on my Snapchat is because of The Last Jedi subtitles.
What?
At the very beginning of Last Jedi, oh my god. Why did Oscar Isaac's character's name just leave my head?
Oh, Poe.
Poe, oh my god. I was like, I know it's an O. What's the first letter? Oh my god.
I had to think of it for a second.
So anyhow, Poe is like fucking around with General Hux.
Mm-hmm.
And keeps calling him General Hugs.
Mm-hmm.
But I never realized that's what he was saying.
Oh my god.
Because it just sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until we were watching it for the first time together, like, probably what you would consider our first date. And ever since then, almost 3.5 years later, Joe is in my phone as General Hugs.
Love that. Good.
So, closed captioning can be fun. Okay. It's bedtime.
This episode has gone on because we just don't shut the fuck up.
Like, the rails were there. No, they were built.
The rails were not built. The rails are gone. I killed them.
You killed the rails?
I killed the rails.
Dear fucking god. So, Charlie.
Yeah?
Get out of my fucking cabinet. Oh my god, I can't say the word. Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna stay in your cabinet. Get out of my
fucking cabin so I can, like, learn how to speak words.
I'm gonna stay in your fucking cabinet.
Bye. You can follow the podcast socials at Of the Eldest Gods Pod on Instagram and at Of the Eldest Gods on Twitter. You can send an iris message to us through oftheeldestgodspod@gmail.com. You can follow me, Taylor, at Taylor from Cabin 6 on Instagram, and Historical Femme, spelled FEMME, on Twitter. Catch me on episodes of the Restricted Section, Hell from Elsewhere, and True Stories of a Tryhard.
You can follow me, Charlie, at GreenPixie12 on most platforms, mainly Instagram and Tumblr. But on Twitter, I'm at GreenPixie123, which I'm not salty about. No, not at all. I also have an art Instagram that I sometimes use at GreenPixieDraws. I sometimes do the YouTube thing on my channel, Charlie Mack. That's MACK.
Our music was written by Nora Strauss-Riggs and recorded and edited by Ian Emmerich. You can find Nora at Kane_I, that's I as in the body part, on Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to message her about making music for your project or editing your pod. We are proud to be a part of the Movie Night Crew Network, which features My Cabbages, an Avatar podcast that follows the true hero of the Avatar, The Last Airbender series, the Cabbage Cart Guy, and Fandom's Gone Wrong, a fandom-filled show co-hosted by our own Charlie.
Hello, you awesome nerds out there. Yes, you. Have I got the podcast for you?
We've got pop culture, swearing, and all the immature jokes you could ask for.
We'll take you on a journey through TV shows, movies, books, and maybe a video game someday.
And we'll tell you how they all went wrong.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Carrie.
And this is Fandom's Gone Wrong.
New episodes every other Wednesday wherever you get your podcasts.
Of the Eldest Gods is based on the series by Rick Riordan. Right now, we are discussing Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Remember to follow us on your favorite podcatcher and meet us back here every Thursday.
That movie sucked.
I kind of liked it.
Movie Night Crew Network.